Morning, even afternoon. We got a banger for y'all today, baby. Got a video from Jev here, as always. YouTube's in the description, but y'all know who Jev is, I'm assuming. Jev went back and tried Cold War in 2024. I'm assuming in preparation for Black Ops 6. Apparently, it was a mistake for Jev to do this, but I personally enjoyed watching it and seeing the gameplay and also talking about some stuff in the future with BO6. Hope y'all enjoyed this, man. If you guys are excited for Black Ops 6 like I am, let me know in the comments. Are we all just in this Call of Duty cycle together? On top of that, hit the like button, hit the sub button. Most importantly, be sure to tell somebody to love them. I'll catch you in the next one. All right, Jev.
Here,
why is it a mistake?
Cold War. I don't remember the last time that I ended up playing some Cold War, but I noticed that a few people were going back to this game, and it might honestly be a good idea to go back and try to get a feel for this game, especially with the next Black Ops game coming up this year. And likely, if the rumors are true anyway, another Black Ops followed on the next year as well. Just like how we recently had the more Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 back-to-back, we're going to have a Black Ops 6 and a Black Ops whatever as a follow. I figured I would go back to go and play this game, get a feel for it, just to remember how a Treyarch game feels, because it has been a little bit. And I mean, I guess the best way to get myself reacclimated to the way that these games work is to do some sort of camo grind that I haven't finished yet. So I think at the moment, this weapon right here.
You guys want to realize how fast time is moving? This came out in 2020. November 13th, 2020, bro. That is insane.
So it's an even easier path to completion, I guess.
Time is
there's less requirements on secondary. Before I get into this, let me know down in the comment section if you guys want some more Cold War, although Elden Ring is starting up soon, so I'm definitely not going to be playing anything else. I'm going to hard lock onto Elden Ring for a little bit. But after, we'll try to figure it out. One of the big things whenever a new Call of Duty comes out, for at least the first, I don't know, couple weeks or a month or whatever, how long it usually takes.
I feel, like this game feels like it was recently
grind, or at least for
out, you know what I mean?
Zombies or multiplayer, it's around 2 weeks or whatever. The biggest thing is going to complete these challenges. The thing is, this is the last game that Treyarch has done, and this is the current camo process that they have.
Treyarch didn't make a Call of Duty game in 4 years.
Headshots,
stuff like that, bro. Like hearing stuff like that, you know, BO6 is gonna be insane. Obviously, I'm assuming Jev went back just to try to play this game in, you know, to get a, like he said, to get a feel for Black Ops 6. Me personally, I am so excited for BO6. But one thing I do have to do is come back and play this campaign.
Kills without dying 20
for sure.
times, all coming from the particular weapon. 25 long shots, not so bad. 25 detection, stunned, or blinded kills. 25 cover kills, and get 25 double kills or more. Then you can go and get the camos here. You got the gold, you got the diamond, which is pretty nice, and then you have the DM Ultra. So since this is a secondary, it has a little less requirements on here, but should be able to do it. Let's just go in hardcore Nuketown, yeah. And then we'll try to level up this Marshal. I will specifically try to get these detect kills. I'll try to specifically get the long shots, and I guess the kills without dying. Now the thing is, you'll notice if you go and look at the current system that we have going over on the current Call of Duties that we've been playing for the past 2 years or so. 2 years? 3 years? The camo system is a lot more streamlined than this, and I would say it's a lot easier, and you can do it a lot faster than you could over on Cold War. So here's the question that I pose. What is the camo system going to be like over on the new Black Ops? Is it going to be more like Cold War with the typical Treyarch design, or is it going to be following this streamlined version of camo grinding like the past couple Modern Warfares? Also, I want to know, what do you guys think? What do you guys want it to be? Do you want it to be a little bit more difficult like the Treyarch things? Although it's still definitely not the hardest or most miserable camo grind, but it absolutely was not perfect, that's for sure. Like the kills behind cover, for example, absolutely miserable experience. Me personally, I would rather it be much closer to the Modern Warfare version than what they currently have on this game.
Was the Black Ops 2 camo, if I'm remembering right, because Black Ops 2, like I said, that's what I started on, and I actually went for some camos. Like I remember I wanted diamond snipers for one, so I was really adamant about grinding out my snipers. I had a sniper compilation I made with my diamond snipers, C4 wallbang. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. But I feel like that camo grind wasn't near as in depth as this one. So for me, like in my head, hashtag time it, of course.
I know that a camo grind is meant to be like, an actual achievement and not supposed to be really
BO2 vibes. You know what I mean?
Everyone to do. I get that. There's a fine balance that you need. I do think that the current camo grind is a little bit too easy. It's a little bit too streamlined, but I really do enjoy doing it whenever I am doing it. So yeah, I won't lie, that game was absolutely miserable. That was not fun at all. Yeah, the way that people play Nuketown, I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not looking forward to the way that people do that. I'm just gonna be smoking the map repeatedly, even if I have to run like double smokes or something like that, because the way that people hold lines of sight is just the most disgusting thing ever. You don't see people doing that over on XDefiant, I'm just saying. People move on XDefiant. On Call of Duty, people play in this way where it's just unbearable. The game rewards people for doing such a thing. And the thing is, this game has a higher TTK than the other ones, so it's kind of weakened in this game in a sense. Holding lines of sight shit is more and more powerful the less HP that you have, because all you have to do is hold a position and be the first person to shoot, and boom, you win. Oh yeah, last night I ended up beating a new...
I'm curious how long these lobbies are taking to fill. Are there a lot of people that are still playing Cold War?
+9 millennia. Now, the
Maybe
scaling stops
people are just going back,
that's why everybody,
kind of like Jev was.
Says NG +7. The scaling stops after that point. So the reason that I was on New Game 9 is because I had no idea what new game I was on. So I had to go and complete the game to figure out what new game I was on. Then I was like, okay, yeah, well, now that I know that I can start Journey 10, it means that I'm on New Game 9. So I now have
DM
a character
Ultra looks
that
so
is
good,
sitting
bro.
there waiting and potentially able to go and try the DLC at New Game 7. What the fuck? How did I get shot?
That little Marshall's sick.
He got me. You're just rewarded for playing like such a bitch on COD. It's crazy. I also wonder what kind of stats we're gonna end up having with all of these. Like, so if we go and edit here and we look at like the gunsmith, these menus are also much better, by the way. Curious what kind of stats we're gonna end up having in here, especially with like the new Omni movement and stuff. Like, you're able to obviously increase your movement speed, right? But I wonder if there's how important will sprint to fire be then? Is the Omni movement even actually going to be really useful? Is it gonna be as widespread as we're thinking it's going to be, or no? I'm also,
If I had to guess, I think the Omni movement is going to be like the new skill gap. Put me on it now. We'll see if I'm right. You know, fast forward months from now and see if people, but I have a gut feeling like, you know how we play right now, if you play Rebirthtown, you have these movement players and stuff, you know, stim slide and stuff like that. I mean, we saw for sure there's going to be a stim shot or something like that in BO6, right? And with the Omni movement, I have a feeling that you're going to be able to like dive and almost kind of reset your dive. And like, imagine if someone starts diving this way, stops mid-dive, slides back the other, like, I don't know, bro. I think it's going to be kind of
playing
cracked.
the game at a bit higher frame rate than I'm used to, and the game feels crazy smooth, although the movement feels weird. I thought because I came from XDefiant, where there was no tack sprinting and stuff like that it would feel a little bit more familiar. But the way that you actually slide cancel and stuff is a bit different than the way that it works over on XDefiant. XDefiant, you can just go and jump out of your thing. But the way that you jump out of the slide cancels in this, you end up taking a penalty whenever you do that. It's different over on XDefiant. You end up carrying all of the momentum.
It's interesting. I see what he's saying when he's sliding and hopping.
You lose momentum when you do that
XDefiant,
on
you
this
keep
game.
your momentum.
So you have to do the slide properly. Oh yeah, I forgot about this system on this game as well with the kill streaks and shit. Everyone just ran around with air patrols and blackbirds and shit, and you would just get them for free just by playing the game. One of the weirdest design choices in the game, honestly. I really don't think it was ever a good idea. I mean, I know that people generally like Cold War, and I do like Cold War, but I mean, there might be a few reasons for that. Dude, you're not real. You're not real. That's inhuman. These guys are clearly trying to just do challenges and shit. Throw that smoke right up there. Shoot through the window now, asshole. I love Nuketown as much as the next person, but Nuketown definitely has some design issues. And people play the game like such rats. It's so not how people used to play at all. As soon as a dude calls the chopper
it's got to
gun
be
in,
because of the just time over the years, you know.
Brian doing this just back and forth between these windows here. That is the exact area I think of whenever I think of those kills behind cover thing. Because the character had to be behind the windowsill in particular. It doesn't matter if you shoot them from that distance or you're behind cover and shooting at them. They have to be a certain distance away from the windowsill for it to count. It's a horrible challenge. Please never come back. Absolutely horrible. I also do appreciate how quickly you get out of a game. I'm hearing that the winner's circle and stuff like that is going to end up coming back. So, yep, here we go. Shoot and kill 25 enemies taking cover from me. With a shotgun? Really? Where are they going to be posted up at that counts as cover? The one thing about Black Ops games is that the bundles usually go crazy. And it's really odd, too, because you would think that you got multiple teams working on they're all published under the same thing. Why is it that Treyarch almost always has the way better store and the way better bundles and the way better, like, mastercrafts and just blueprints in general? I remember specifically being able to make videos on this game just on blueprints alone, and people would love that shit. They were so well done. It's really odd. Oh my god, what a weird feeling game, man. People just don't play like this over on X Defiant. They don't. I think the only way you could get people to actually move around and shit is if you put a highlight around characters and shit. I think that's probably what gets people to move around a lot on X Defiant, or at least doesn't encourage them
I am
to
mad
go
excited
and
for the
sit and hide
camos.
and
Not the
throw it out
camos,
in
but the
dark corners
bundles.
and shit. It's one thing to hold angles, that's, you know, normal shit, but it's encouraged.
You can already
It's
see with the
heavily encouraged
Mastercraft.
and rewarded.
I was considering pausing. Oh, I'm not going to pause. I'll talk about it in a second because Jev's almost done. Sorry, Jeff. I don't mean to interrupt.
How is this guy still alive and he's still shooting? And then my teammate smoked both of us. I can't, man. I can't.
We're losing this fight.
Yeah, I don't want to play anymore. I'm good. I can't play this shit.
I was gonna say, like, I know he talked about the cosmetics towards the very end there, but I really do think that Treyarch has the best. And I mean, if you look at the Mastercraft bundles or whatever that they already released, like those bundles or those like guns that we can get already, in my opinion, are better than what, 80, maybe 90% of the blueprints we got right now. Treyarch always does those really well. And even just watching him back in Cold War, it gets me excited for BO6. I can't help it, man. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm sorry. I'm excited. Cowboys can win the Super Bowl this year.